Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans. I want to bring you a story, an update to a story that I brought you last week pertaining to two African-American children that were kidnapped from a foster home in Greece, New York. This town sits outside of Rochester. It is alleged that the biological father kidnapped the children and duct taped the mother and two other children in the foster home and obviously went on the run with the children. I brought you an update pertaining to the fact that the children were found in Montgomery, Alabama, safe. They were hidden inside of a car under a blanket, and the U.S. Marshals had seized this car and they had tracked it to the state of Alabama. I now want to bring you an update to that storyline. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to NBCNewYork.com. Father arrested in abduction of two kids from upstate New York foster home. The brother and sister were taken from their foster home after two men wearing ski masks broke through a window and tied up a woman and two other children, police said. The father of two children who were forcibly taken from their western New York foster home and later found in Alabama has been arrested in the kidnapping, police announced. The Democrat and Chronicle of Rochester reports that Dimitri Cash Sr. was arrested Saturday on charges of second-degree kidnapping, first-degree burglary, and second-degree robbery in the abduction of Monday of his children, Dimitri Jr. 5 and Shakiria 3, from their home in Rochester, suburb of Greece. The brother and sister were taken from their foster home after two men wearing ski masks broke through a window and tied up a woman and the other children, Greece police said. The children were located Wednesday after authorities tracked a rental car to Montgomery, Alabama, and found them on the floor of the back seat under a blanket. Cash Sr., 29, is being held in the Monroe County Jail on a $100,000 cash bail or $300,000 bond. Police said Kamara Pluvios, 32, who was driving the car the children were found in, has also been arrested and is being held in Alabama. It is not clear if Cash or Pluvios has an attorney who can speak for them. And this is brought to you by NBCNewYork.com. So Mr. Cash has been apprehended, and this happened on Saturday. Mr. Cash is 29 years of age. Dimitri Cash, he's been arrested. He also has a co-conspirator with him who was obviously in the car, and she was also taken into custody. And as you see, he has a nice size bond, $100,000 cash bail or $300,000 bond for the kidnapping of both his children. It does not state in this article where the children are, if they're still in the state of Alabama or if they were sent back to the state of New York. And this lady, Pluvios, I don't know if she's a friend, girlfriend, who is she? And it also doesn't mention of another suspect, because it's alleging in the first articles I brought you pertaining to the story that he broke into the home with the male suspect. And as you see in this article, there's no mention of another male suspect, just a female suspect. And as I stated, I do not know the relation of this young lady to Mr. Cash, but it's a tragic situation nonetheless. Now, there's allegations that he lost his children due to child abuse and neglect, and there were false allegations brought upon him, and he had been fighting the system for 3 years trying to get custody of his children. So, what is the truth? How did he even know where his children were located? Because in a previous article I brought to you, his brother Patrick says that he didn't even know that the children were living down the street in the foster home until the story broke. And he and his brother, Mr. Dimitri, have not had a relationship. It didn't specify how long. So that was interesting. No relationship with the brother, the father of these children. And then he just learned that the children got kidnapped by his own brother, allegedly, and then lives down the street. So one would have to wonder, how is it that you live down the street from the children and you didn't know that they were in the foster home down the street? And also in one of the articles I brought to you, he also mentions that those same children lived in the house with his family, his parents. So one would have to ask themselves as well, why were the children taken from your mother and father and then placed into this said foster home? And if I'm not mistaken, these kids have been in this home for 2 years with this said foster family. So, one, how did the father, Dimitri Cash, get knowledge that the children were at this said foster home? How is it that the brother, his own brother, didn't know, the uncle of the children, did not know that the children were living down the street? what happened with the children being placed in his parents, their custody, or if they have the same parents or not. Also, where's the biological mother to the children? This is a very wicked tale, and once again another horrible tale involving foster children who have been given over to the state, and then the father gets wind of where they are. Like I said, how did he even know where the children were? Did he have visitations at one time, and this is how he knew where to find the children? There is also allegations that he attempted to kidnap the same boy child last January 2020 from an elementary school, and he hit the principal with his car, and he has several charges stemming from that altercation at the school in trying to kidnap his son from there. And he also had a small toddler with him, I think a 2-year-old, in his possession when he attempted to steal this boy child. So one could wonder, who's that child? Where was the mother of that child when he attempted to steal the same boy child from the schooling? Where is the biological mother of these children? Why couldn't his parents continue to take care of the children? Did they give the children over to the state, or did the state find them not fit to keep the children? And are his allegations true about the children being abused in the foster home? Meant to bring that up. Those are his allegations against this said foster home, that his children were being mistreated, that he had pictures showing the child's face. But then someone said in another article or information I got from social media, he never brought proof that these people were abusing the child. So this is a lot of he said, she said, not knowing really what's the truth. What is the real reason the children were taken from his custody? Was he abusing his children? He states some young lady made false allegations but recanted, her and her daughter. Is that true? Who is this young lady? Is she the baby's mother? The baby's mother? Are these the children's biological mother, or just another girlfriend? Too much to the story. Little answers, a lot of speculation, and just buffoonery. Because in the end, no one has the children that's related to the children that we know of. Not the biological mother, not the father, because he is now in jail. So what is the truth pertaining to these children? How in the world did they get to this situation? How is it that the father ended up getting custody of the kids in the first place, to then lose custody, to then have them placed with his parents, then they're taken away from the parents or given over back to the state? What in God's name is going on with these foster family children stories, adopted children stories? They are wicked now, and it is just utter chaos pertaining to CPS and the placement of children and the taking away children from their parents. You don't know what to believe and what is the truth. But I'm glad that the children were found safe last week. As I state in this article, it does not specify where the children are. So I do not know if the children are back in the state of New York in foster care, or if possibly they're with family or friends down in the state of Alabama. But when I get that said information, I will bring you the update. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me.